Jordan's calling.
Yeah.
He's gonna review the chargers via cellular phone. Jordan!
Jordan!
Jordan, you're in the review.
Wait, I can't even see.
The charger's great. It's fantastic.
We're gonna do a show me what you got today. We got some chargers that we use. We've tried a bunch of different chargers. These are the few that we use pretty commonly at this point. We got a basic, I think this is how many, it's just a basic Venom charger. I think this is what, a 6 amp charger, like 100 watt, pretty basic setup, maybe 80 watt even. Then we got the new iSDT smart charger. This is 150 watt, so that'll be good for 8 amps on for us. Nice, small, compact. Then we got the iSDT 500 watt, which will go up to about 20 amps, along with a nice little parallel board for it. Let's go through the basics of charging a pack on some of these chargers and sort of, talk about the ups and downsides. So, starting off with this Venom, there's other chargers that are identical to this. This is a pretty basic charger with a basic interface. Banana ports for your main power cable. You got all your different balance ports for your different cell counts, all the way up to, I think this does 6S. And then on this side, we have AC power in. This has a built-in AC to DC power supply converter, which is very nice and convenient because this is the only package you need to carry around. Downside is it's a very low power charger. So basic operation, plug in your main power lead, and then we will plug in the balance lead. Then we are going to enter our LiPo, and we go over to balance. And this is a 1300, so we'll just charge it at 2C, which would be 2.6 amps, and it's a 4S. Hold the button, it does basic check, asks us to confirm after it checks. If you plug in the wrong voltage or whatever, this will give you an error, and then you have to go change your settings. So we'll start that, and we have a very basic display. Shows what our mode is, the basic amps that we're charging at, current pack voltage, time, our mode, balance, and the milliamps going in. You sort of just have to know this. Nothing on the screen tells you what these are, but we've used them a lot, so we know that's what they do. If you bounce over to the right, you can see the voltage of each cell, which is nice. So that is the basic operation of this charger. So now we have this iSDT charger. Has a few nice things. One, it's much higher power, and it's much smaller than this other charger. But the downside with that is it does not have a built-in AC converter. But the upside is for field charging, you can grab something like a larger pack, and it's XT60 based power input. So you can just plug that right in, and we can do nice things like field charging, or in the case of this charger, which is the bigger version of it, has the same power setup, and we have a wire set up to a power supply to get much higher power, and for in-house charging where we don't want to charge one battery to charge other batteries. We'll start with the interface here. It's really basic, really simple. Right away you're gonna get a timer up at the top, and you'll get some other indicators on different areas of the screen. You're going to see amperage, milliamp hours. These are your two key components of charging. This is essentially how much power you're dumping into it, and this is how much power has been received by the battery. And then we'll see right away down at the bottom we get voltage readouts for each of the cells. Then we can scroll down with this little wheel. We're going to see our input voltage, which is coming from our power source, which is the battery, output voltage for charging, unit temperature, so basic system information. And then once we start charging, we'll actually see internal resistance of each of the cells. So let's plug in this battery. Let's get ready to charge. Real basic, just plug it into the side. It popped up the menu for us when we plugged in the balance lead, which is nice. But before that, because we're running off a field battery, you're going to want us to do a system setup. So you got to hold in the button, you'll get to the system setting window, and you can basically configure a few different things you need. So we're going to go and set the minimum input voltage. This is a 3 cell, so we probably don't want to take it below 10.5 at full discharge. This is a bigger battery, so we can probably run at full wattage on it, which is fine. And I think that's all we need to do for these settings. So now we can enter the charge menu with a single tap. We have a few tasks: charge, discharge, and storage. Depending on what you need to do, we're going to charge this battery. You can set your voltage. You get a couple different options. It's going to automatically figure out the cell count for us, I believe, when you plug it in, but you can also change that. So there's a normal LiPo, so we'll go 4.2. It got 4S. And we will charge at maximum amperage, which will be 8. However, for this battery, we're just going to charge it 2C, just like the other ones. And we will run a start. So the status changes to orange to let you know it's charging. You get a percentage of charge up here at the top right corner, a nice little progress bar. We see the voltage for each cell and basic stats. As it continues to update, we will see the resistance per cell here while charging, which is a very nice feature. Can definitely tell you right away if you have a bad cell. Then down at the bottom, we can see the input voltage and the wattage going through, along with the output voltage and the wattage going out, which will show you the efficiency loss, which is roughly only up to 5 amps or 5 watts, sorry, at full power. So pretty efficient. And yeah, that's how that guy charges. That's the two basic systems. Our bigger charger runs the same interface as this smaller one. And yeah, it's just really small, really convenient, easy to use. As you can see, both of these require external power supplies. They do not have built-in power supplies. So you have to lug around something like this big brick to have it run. But you do get the advantage of much higher throughput. Future note for this, have a power output channel on the bottom of the board like these, and then you can chain your parallel boards together, which maybe some people don't advise, but when you got a lot of batteries and you fly a lot of batteries every day, you can't charge them 1 or 3 or 4 at a time. You gotta charge 10 at a time. Don't see any downsides currently to these black ones. Only used them a few times. Had fun transferring all my voltage juices from a Tattoo 1800 into a 1300 my LiPo. It was a lot of fun. The Tattoo could not handle 8 amps constantly. It would sag out so much I'd throw voltage warnings. So we had to drop the amperage. But other than that, yeah, no, these chargers are great. They have basically all the features you want. They're smaller than other chargers. They're super easy to use. They show you all the information. And it looks like they don't have extra modes. Like there's not a fast charge, not a normal charge. It's just it's always a balanced charge, and it looks like it's sort of a combination of all the modes, like a fast charge, a normal charge, and then a trickled balance at the end. So yeah, it seems very simple, very easy, very clean, very portable.
Yep, I like them. They look pretty good.
Definitely like these more than our other chargers. So maybe one day we'll have an army of them.